also a very big one coming from the Football Association of Poland, as they have already part ways with their manager, that's Fernando Santos, why he has been sacked, and will also be giving statistics of how he has been performing for the country, that's Poland. I remember very well the former midfielder of Liverpool, Steven Zero, has been linked with the managerial role of Poland before Santos actually took over. How he has been performing in his managerial career, we'll also be talking about that one. And the defender of Manchester United, Harry Maguire, each and every time he plays, you always see a lot of blunders coming from him, more especially scoring OGs. And in the friendly they played with Scotland, he scored a consolation goal. Yesterday we talked lengthy about that one, and the criticism are coming all over about him, and he said he can manage the pressure. How he's going to manage the pressure, we'll also be talking about that one. 2 days ago, we actually talking about the transfer of Marcos Verratti to Al Arabi, a team that plays in Qatar's league. Official today, this guy has been unveiled as a new midfielder for the team, that's Al Arabi, a team that plays in Qatar's Star League. Not only that one, the summer transfer window in Turkey is actually closing tomorrow. How it's going, we'll also be doing discussion about that one. As I said, I'm not alone in the studio. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. I am together with Linda Susie, with whom we are going to break the content. Susie, you are most welcome for the show.
Thank you so much, Benson. Good afternoon, Benson, I should say, and good afternoon, our viewer out there. Benson already has welcomed you to the show, I should say. We saw time 2 to 3 dailies and Mondays to there is Saturdays. We are here, of course, to do what we normally do best. Breaking to you all there is within the sporting fraternity, starting with locals, internationals, and then, of course, we get to close the hour with there is international stories, and a lot in store for you that we are slated to discuss, starting with, of course, the Onduparaka being beaten yesterday. There is at Barukuru together with the Black Angels, and I think that is our very starting point for today's program. Yeah, we'll kickstart from there, definitely.
Yeah, it's true. Onduparaka, it was a bad night for them, a bad evening for them yesterday, as they lost the game into the hands of the Black Angels by 3-2. Actually, they were edged, not thrust, just by a difference of 1 goal. It ended by 3-2. Before the game was actually played, we did a lengthy analysis about the game. And previously, I did say in one of my statements on the Paraka, they had been having that a good run of statistics when it comes to playing against by the Black Angels. Even when they were still in the Star Times FIFA Big League, when they were in the Star Times Uganda Premier League, I remember the 2 games they played in that particular season. On the Paraka managed to beat by the Black Angels home and away. The first leg of this game was played last week on Saturday, and it ended in a 1-1 draw. These 2 sides, they had to share the spoil, and yesterday was actually the returning leg, and it has ended very well into the hands of the Barokoro-based club. Onduparaka, we are away. Taking a look at the statistics of Onduparaka in the pre-season games they have played, to me, they have not been doing very well. Like the club they have only played is, I think, by the Black Angels. Most of the games they have been playing, I remember they played against Tanganyika Select, they won that one. Against Rue City Select, they were able to beat them. United Brothers, that game also ended in a draw. And against Kajokeji, they were able to beat the side. But playing clubs, it has been something very difficult for them. By the Black Angels, a team that is weaker than you, I should say, comparing the weight of the league they are in, a regional league club playing against a FIFA Big League club. So things are not working for Onduparaka when it comes to playing build-up matches against the clubs. Does it mean they are not much prepared ahead of the new season of the Star Times FIFA Big League?
I will not agree with you in that very statement. Onduparaka is fully prepared for there is the Big League slated to start very soon. If you look at most of the friendlies that Onduparaka Football Club has been playing, I will say they have been winning all their friendlies. So long as a team comes up to present, there is all the required players, trust me, that becomes a club, even if not registered and all that. Kajokeji is an institution, yes. United Brothers is a club, although they are different players from different clubs.
But the strength of the team you play also matters. By the Black Angels, To me, before the new season of the FIFA Big League, I think they have only played one club, that's by the Black Angels. It's true that they have been winning against the other teams. Matches, you said, provided the teams can be in position to present the equal number of players in the pitch they always play. But with the other teams, they have been winning. How comes that against a club, it has been something difficult for them? I thought it was going to be the time for them to bounce back from that draw. Still, they were aged. That's why I'm looking at the other aspect. To me, I think they are not much prepared ahead of the new season of the FIFA Big League. Because you start preparing.
I think we'll rule Onduparaka not fully being prepared today. They also have another build-up game today, by the way, against the Daystar. Is Daystar a club? Because you said most of the friendlies Onduparaka has been playing has not been against clubs. The only club they've played is by the Black Angels. Is Daystar a club?
Yeah, Daystar is a club, but also the weight of the league they play in. The team that plays in 4th Division League, and Paide is a team that plays in Western Region League, probably in Nyagaki Zone. That's why the win you pick against the team also matters. Can you be able to pick a win against a team that is having the same weight with you? Or else you are always there beating a team that is...
Onduparaka's game today against the Daystar will equally tell us whether there was something wrong with the officiation of the game against by the Black Angels, or Onduparaka just didn't play their games well. That I think we'll get to understand that fully today up against there is a Daystar, because they have a friendly again today against a Daystar. There is at green light at 4 p.m. today. But to me, if you look at Onduparaka's squad, I think Onduparaka is fully prepared for the season. We one time discussed that in one of the consequent shows, where we said, I think you asked the question. Well, it should have been you, Owen, who asked the question about how much prepared the clubs are, and I said for the fact that a club goes to register, there is to FIFA, definitely they are prepared for the league. Because you wouldn't take up a step to do registration if you know you're not prepared to handle the league, if you know you're not prepared. So definitely registration is the very first step. Getting registered and license is the very first step to show that a club is fully prepared to take part in the league. So I think Onduparaka is fully prepared to take part in the league. That we already got it from the registration. And then coming to the squad, coming to the players, Onduparaka is doing signings. We've seen them. They're not silent like most of these other clubs. They are doing signings, and if you look at the signings they're doing, we discussed that yesterday, remember. Onduparaka is fully packed. Their midfield is complete. Their midfield is complete. Onduparaka only has one striker, that is De Bryan. Where I feel they need to add up a striker, and then Onduparaka also has one left back. There is Mungufen Jonathan, commonly called as Vela, the former captain of there is a Leo Football Club, and then they only have one right back. Recently they added another midfielder in the names of Aniku Bryan from Masaza Cup. So I think Onduparaka is only left is adding about 2 strikers before the transfers close.
They also signed Faisal Sekanzi from Express. That one is a striker. You know, he can also do something for the club.
But we are only seeing De Bryan on the pitch.
Maybe since the player is still new into the team, they are looking for a way to
I think so. I think so. So I only see Ade in the striking line, and then a defense is fully complete. Ndifuna, and then the likes of is Bida a striker?
Bida is a winger. Bida is a winger.
Okay. Onduparaka, to me, I think they need to sign a proven striker to manage big league, and then they also need to add on at least a left back and a right back onto the ones that they have, because what happens if these guys are injured and they are ruled out for quite some months? It becomes hard. Yeah,
picking it from there, it's true that the squad depth also matters. It's not all about having the squad depth, also the quality in the team matters. That's why we have seen teams like Jinja United, Boma FC going for players that have ever done it in the top tier of Ugandan football. Looking at the entire squad of Onduparaka, like you said, how many players are they having in each department, right from the goalkeeping department up to the attacking force, and at the same time, do they have the quality to possess it when it comes to playing against the bigger teams? That's also another aspect we are looking at. Like to me, in the attacking force, on the Parker might not be having a very big problem. Bida Israel is there, but the problem is he's always doctor's boy, still nursing the injury. You have got Andama Jr. This guy always knows when it comes to put the ball into the back of the net. Plus the other guy, Faisal Sekanji, this guy whom they have got from that Express, he's still a new boy into the team. It's all, we never know. Let me not criticize them so much, because we never know the coach, the whole of the technical team. They are still assembling the team because these boys have been picked from the different places. So they are still assembling the team. Maybe we never know. These guys may pick it very well and may perform in the start times.
And by the way, before we leave the story of Unduparoka, there is a discussion I want us to look into probably in 1 or 2 minutes. There is a player, the one I said was a left back. There is Mungufeni Jonathan. He formerly plays, okay, not formally, let me say, he's still a player of Leo, but has been training with Onduparaka Football Club.
Yes.
And they are offering him a contract with Onduparaka Football Club, but his release later is still with Leo Football Club, and his license is still with Leo Football Club, to which they are dragging on with Onduparaka Football Club to release him.
You see the way,
and he's a very young player, very talented. He really wants to play for Onduparaka, but there is that bit of friction between being released from Leo Football Club and the management and officially handing him over to Onduparaka. But to him, he's already an Onduparaka because we've seen him in the friendlies, almost all the friendlies that Onduparaka has been playing. He is entirely training with Onduparaka Football Club. Even yesterday he traveled to Barukuru, by the way, to play with Onduparaka Football Club. So if such a case is assuming we're in the disciplinary panel of FIFA, how would you judge such a case?
You know, the first thing I am looking at is this player under contact with the Leo FC. I think he has been their captain.
Yes.
Yeah, he has been their captain. And this is a crucial moment because we know that very soon the African transfer window is shutting down. This is a crucial moment. Leo knows that in the past 2 years they have actually been failing at the door to proceed to the regional league. And this is a captain who is having everything to see that the club moves forward. And each and every season, each and every transfer window in Uganda will always be seeing such kind of a wrangle. That's why the neighbor countries, they continue to call our league amateur in terms of doing transfer, and we have seen these wrangles all over. I am looking at one aspect. Is this player under contract with Onduparaka? Not Onduparaka, rather with the Leo FC? If yes, how long is the contract? Is he left with a year? And him going to play friendlies, training with Onduparaka, was he given that authority by the administrators of Leo FC? That is also another thing I am looking at. If the player is forcing a move to Onduparaka while he is still under contract with the Leo FC, I will say it's a very bad decision, last decision being taken by the player. And at the same time, how comes that Onduparaka did fix him in their squad and letting him to train with the rest of the boys, knowing that the deal was not yet done? To me, at this point, I am blaming Onduparaka. If Leo is still complaining that Onduparaka has taken their player who is still under contract with them, to me, I am blaming Onduparaka. What they need to do is they need to come to that Leo FC in a formal way. They do the discussion. If there has to be something little the club has to give to Leo FC, they should do that one, such that the two parties, the three parties actually part ways. That's the player himself, Onduparaka, Leo FC. Not just you look at, you identify a player, you identify a talent in a certain club. Because I am a bigger club than Leo FC, maybe I am a bigger club than Alpha Rising Stars. I say you come, we fix you in our squad, you will be a starter. Not like that. We should be observing the formal ways of doing the signing. That's what I can say.
I think Onduparaka Football Club management is very willing to sit with Leo Football Club management. So this whole thing is it's not actually something hard. They're not just picking the player without the consent over the management over Leo. They have fully agreed to sit down with the management of Leo, and then secondly, the player really wants to go. He told me this is like a dream come true to to him. He has been praying to actually get an opportunity to play for Onduparaka, and here the opportunity has presented itself, but then there are a little constraints that are being attached to this whole move.
Amidst the three parties, Onduparaka Football Club, Leo FC, and the player himself, who is the complainant? Is it the player, or is we have seen the complaint coming from Leo FC? It's on Onduparaka who really wants to lure his success, but Leo FC is refusing.
Leo has not even refused to release the player. But I think they just want some little compensation, like you said, from there is Onduparaka Football Club, to which Onduparaka Football Club is also willing to give.
Yeah, if it is like that, no problem about that one. I thought that it was something which was going to turn us around amidst the three parties. Susie, let's leave that one there. This time we need to turn our focus to another story. I know the fans of Awaken Sports Club may be thinking that this time we need to mention something about their game with Busoga. They are playing at Paridi. We'll do that one tomorrow because their game is on Sunday, if not tomorrow on Saturday. This time we need to turn our focus to what is transpiring in the University Football League. As we said, these games are taking place every day, and we will continue to bring the updates or the analysis of these games until the finals shall be played. And these games actually started on Tuesday. There was one game on the card. It was actually between the defending champions Uganda Martyrs University up against Bugema University. It ended very well. It was Uganda Martyrs University that beat Bugema University by 3-1. Then yesterday one game was played. St. Lawrence University, the runners-up of last season, after losing into the hands of Uganda Martyrs University, it ended by 1-0. They beat Kuba University yesterday by 3-1. The same scoreline registered by Uganda Martyrs on Tuesday. And today we also have one game on the card, Bishop Strat University up against Esbat University. And these games will continue. Friday, Kabale University up against University of Kisubi. And the biggest of it is actually on Sunday. Makerere University will be tussling it out with Chiambogo University. And match day week 2 will also return. And people also asking themselves, more especially the West Nilers, they are not seeing Muni University in these fixtures. The group will see alongside Makerere University, Chiambogo University, Ndeje University. Actually, you can see on the screen, our producer Jonathan has already displayed everything on the screen. YMCA on Monday, they will take on Makerere University Business School as it moves. Then our game, Muni University up against Ndeje University, will actually be on Tuesday. Yesterday we talked about this game, but I want us to discuss about one thing. Are they having a satisfied pitch to host these games? Are we going to see them taking these games to Ababet Greenland Stadium, as maybe to Paridi, as to Barifa? Are we seeing them still playing this game at their ground? And what are we expecting in the game?
Muni University, I think, has a certified playground because this is not the first time they're taking part in the league, in the university leagues. Last season, we saw them participate in the university leagues. And where did they play their games?
Yeah, they
at their pitch. So, meaning definitely the football pitch has been certified, and we are seeing them also host their game down there if at all they're supposed to play. So I think they've been licensed and they're taking part in this game. But trust me, I'm not seeing a win for Muni University. They're not yet fully prepared for the league. We did see them not performing so well. That was last season. Not until they brought in, they lured in the services over. There is the head coach of West Nile Province and also Onduparaka Football Club. There is a Samson Sizo Kuti. Before they lured in the services of Samson Sizo Kuti, we didn't see them doing well. At a certain time, they were sitting at the rock bottom over the table, over their group standings. They were there for quite some time, by the way, until they brought in the services of Samson Sizo Kuti. That's when we started seeing Muni University at least performing somewhere. But if you look at Muni University, I would still say they are babies in the league.
Yeah, it's true.
They are still babies in the league. This is the second season they are venturing into the university leagues, and trust me, I should say they wouldn't really perform so well. That is according to me. Which star players does Muni University have? I don't see any. And the university league is limited to only students. There is the institution. So it becomes a little hard. If it was like these other leagues where you can actually lure in the services of another star player from somewhere, it could be better. I would have said Muni University needs to add on a few of the proven players, a few star players to add on to their squad. So Muni University up against Ndeje University. Muni University is a baby in this league. I'm looking at them as an underdog.
but they're at home.
In this very game, even if Benson, haven't you seen clubs losing when they are home? Ondupara has been beaten there several times when they are home. The same to Arrow Hill Soccer Club, they've been beaten. Even KCCA. So most of these clubs have lost when they are home. Even if Muni is home. As Lubaras, honestly, I'm sorry to say this, we are always not good in supporting our own. I see Alurus are so good in supporting their own and Madis. You saw what happened in the Fufa Drum Paridi. The Madis filled in Paridi Stadium to capacity. And then yesterday, Barukuru was also fully packed. Those are all Alurus. So even if Muni University is playing home, trust me, I'm not going to see, I'm not expecting a lot of fan base. And then secondly, I don't see Muni beating Deje.
Yeah, Muni up against in Deje University. Something like a draw is smelling for me since they are the home side. In fact, they are just participants. They are not going to be competitors in the tournament. That's what I'm looking at. But we know the universities that have always been dominating when it comes to this tournament. Makerere University, Uganda Matters University moves themselves. Let's leave that one there. We will continue to bring for you the updates every day until the finals are going to be played. Let's move to the biggest of it, the biggest story I should say we have in today in the country. It's all about the Star Times Uganda Premier League getting back. I know people have been waiting for this moment. And what are we expecting in the cycle? The games are coming back, but we will not be looking at the analysis of these games. Though yesterday we looked at the analysis of the game between Sports Club Villa and Chitara, but we can be in position to give you the fixtures. But we'll start with the analysis of these games tomorrow. Sports Club Villa actually will open the day with a game up against Chitara. Meanwhile, Mbara City will be sitting at home. They take on NEC FC. Bull will have to test the capability of Soltino Bright Stars. Meanwhile, on Sunday, 4 games on the card. Rohil Sports Club, they will be playing their game at Paridi. That's in a Jumanap against Busoga. As Viper Sports Club travels away to Gaddafi. UPDF at Bombo Military Barracks will be sitting at home up against URA. And the last game to be played over this week will actually be between the Purple Sats, Wakiso Giants, up against Maroons. So as I said, we will not be looking into the analysis of these games. We will start tomorrow. But I want us to, what are you expecting in the cycle this season? Let's start with the lower teams. Busoga United, we talk about UPDF, we talk about Gaddafi, Soltino Bright Stars. Let's start with UPDF. UPDF, they struggled last season. This time, they have not been active in the ongoing summer transfer window. Are we smelling something like a danger ahead of the new season for UPDF?
UPDF is one side that actually didn't participate to the expectation. There is last season, and they also struggled out of relegation, by the way. At a certain point, we saw UPDF sitting in the relegation zone together with the likes of Ondupara Football Club. Even Blacks Power tested there, and then Busoga at some point even was down there, but they fought to the relegation and left to the red zone and all that. But UPDF struggled so much. There is a last season. If you look at UPDF's matches, they've not been so so vibrant in there is of the signings. At least they've added in some key players, by the way. They've added in some key players to the squad. They've added in those are proven players, I would say. At the mention of the names, you would really get statistics or a background of the players. They don't sign in someone like I would come in and tell you maybe Westnet TV has signed in Dizon, and then you start telling me by the way, who is Dizon? No, the players that are UPDF has gone in for are proven players that are just at the mention of their names, their biography rolls in your head and all that. So to me, I think UPDF is fully prepared. They saw their challenges last season. They knew they didn't perform so well last season, and I think in between the break they sat down and went back to the drawing board to identify in their weaknesses for last season. So they have come in fully to tighten in where the loopholes were. Yeah. So I think they're one side to watch this season. I don't really see them suffering so much because of some of the few players that they really added onto their squad.
To me, one iconic player so far I've seen UPDF sign is Bright Vone, the former player of Rohil Sports Club. He previously played for them and he has decided to move back to that UPDF. That's one iconic player To me, I've seen UPDF have signed, though recently they have been linked with a move to sign Das Kakonge. To me, they have not been preparing enough ahead of the new season of the Star Times Uganda Premier League. The last 2 seasons, actually, they have been suffering. That's UPDF. Another team I want us to look at is actually NEC FC and Mbara City. We have talked much about these big teams, Vipers, Sports Club Villa. We talk about KCA, URA. At least each and every time we bring a story about Star Times Uganda Premier League, we will always be doing discussion about the big 5, always the big 6 in Star Times Uganda Premier League. This time, I want us to pick some few teams, smaller teams I should say, that have not been making the headlines in winning the titles when it comes to the Star Times Uganda Premier League. NEC FC, Mbara City, actually they will be open their campaign between themselves, their visitors, Mbara City and NEC FC. NEC FC, a new team, and also Mbara City, a new team. Do you think these sides will survive in the new season to avoid the relegation?
I think we'll survive Mbarara City. This is not the first time they are into UPL. They have been in Star Times Uganda Premier League for quite some time, although they got relegated. Yes. But much as they were relegated, they went into big league and stayed for only 1 season. They got an automatic promotion, I think, into there is the UPL, meaning they finished top of the table of there is a big league. So no doubt Mbarara University, not Mbarara University, because you've been talking about University League. Mbarara City, I think is fully prepared because they fully understand how tough it is to play in a Star Times Uganda Premier League, and they know all the corners, they know the tussles of there is a UPL and all that. So I think Mbarara is going to survive. Yeah. They've been in UPL. It's going to be a little hard for NEC because this is, I think, the very first time they're venturing into Star Times Uganda Premier League. But then they have quite a proven management. I'm talking about the coaching department. Yes. They have Mbalagu and Dudu Bosco. Dudu Bosco, yeah. These guys have worked. We saw Mbalagu move. There is a Rua Hill Soccer Club from big league to UPL. Much as things didn't work out so well for him at Black's Power Lira, and then we've seen Dudu doing a lot of work with our Rua-based clubs, even across and all that. Last season he led there is a West Nile province in the FIFA drum games up to the championship and all that. He has worked with the Rua, he has worked with the Nduparaka Football Club, he has worked with Calvary Football Club before he moved to there is a NEC. So to me, I think NEC fully is aware about the challenges in there is a Star Times Uganda Premier League, and they are fully prepared. That's why they brought in the services of the 2 duos, I would say. There is Balago and Dudu Bosco. And I think, to me, NEC is going to survive in the UPL. They know how tough it is to survive in the UPL. Unlike big league where you play do or die games to, of course, get promotion into the biggest tier of Ugandan football. Within UPL, you just have to play to attain remaining in the league, because after UPL, there is no other league you're fighting for promotion and all that. So I think NEC is fully prepared. If you look at the squad, I think they're fully prepared. One key player I think they signed was former player of Nduparaka Football Club, that is Okocha Rashid. So I think Okocha Rashid, no doubt. We cannot even waste time talking about him because you know how he plays. He's a fighter. So I think NEC will survive in the Star Times Uganda Premier League.
Hussein Balangwe together with Dudu Bosco, we are waiting to see if that combination will work to see that NEC survive the relegation. This time in the new season, 3 clubs, remember, are going to be relegated, not like last season where we saw only Nduparaka together with the Blacks Power being relegated. But I am putting my doubt on these 3 teams. I am looking at Gaddafi as being one of the teams to be relegated because they have also sold so many big names. Bokokera, who has gone to another country. We talked about Elvis Ngonde. We talked about him yesterday. He has gone to Dance Sports Club Villa. Another club I am looking at is Busoga. Busoga always there.